Hi, hello, and welcome to the Lunar Lounge series brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Pieces of Blossy. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the full moon in Taurus. It's happening on or about the 8th of November. And, you know, when the moon is full, it's the opposite sign. So it's going to be Taurus, but we're in Scorpio season. Okay. So we're going to be getting rid of things, ending karmic cycles, full moon in a Taurian way. So very tangible, practical, or situated. Typically it's a firm because it has to deal with instinct or physical needs. Foundation. Okay. So let's see, let's call upon, we were told to do the Yan energy here. So even though it's feminine sign, Taurus, Scorpio, even though those are feminine signs, it would appear that the more yang energy, masculine energy is coming out. So it just would mean that there's a little bit either more combat or a little bit more need to apply force, apply energies. There might need to defend something. There might be a little bit more fighting, competition, ego. There might be drive, desires, passions, motivations. It does seem to be a little bit of sassy. So, okay, so we got the moon. There are things hidden. I am getting secret sex here. I'm just getting somebody's having sex in secret. This is just, it's what I'm getting. There's a mystery here. We have the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is the sex card. This would be causing some type of conflict that might be bringing in some competition. The sun is rising in Scorpio every morning. We're in a cycle, excuse me, we're in a cycle of release. You know, Scorpio energy is kind of like the cosmic sphincter. It's about detox. It does talk about the underworld. It does talk about sex transformation. It's where you need to give of yourself a little bit to gain something. And oftentimes it can be the battleground where you need to confront something, have a confrontation. Having a conversation can be a confrontation as well. Because it seems like we're going towards some type of illumination, enlightenment, High Priestess. Which is clarified by King of Swords. It's clarified by the Queen of Swords, 8 of Cups. So, you know, in truth, we're moving on into judgment, discernment. It's the second deck of the day that has given both the Queen of Swords, King of Swords at the same time. So there's some discernment, judgment coming, and it's within ourselves. It's emerging from within, because the surrenders, the sacrifices, the postponements, the delays, the impasses, the standstills, the Cold Wars, the no's, the not right now, whatever waiting, surrender, sacrifice that was needed to be made, it's going to start to bear some kind of fruit. So we're repelling incorrect judgment, misaligned, mislabeled, misperceived beliefs, agreements, ideals. A lot of these are being repelled. We're now beginning to discern some karma. About the give and take, how it is that we're receiving from the universe. It's according to our heart's desire. Now we have the Hangman and the Tower card, and the story that's telling is the shifts coming to how we're manifesting. We are being guided in some kind of way. This guidance has to do with the seeds that we're planting and how that enriches, whether it's an investment or expense, how we're investing in our self-worth and value. Understanding that creates for us the status of being deserving or worthy or even sometimes wealthy. It can incorporate net worth, network, also spiritual connection, spiritual power here. We're healing or qualifying to some kind of vibration. It's like a graduation because we've healed, because we've done the work on ourselves. Truth is coming out about a lot of surrender and sacrifice that we've needed to make. We're finally seeing things from a different spiritual perspective, and that's creating some healing. Now we have the Hangman and the Tower. I'm moving on to the Temperance and the World card here. It's telling a story about what that healing looked like, what that healing did for us, was help us move forward deeply into our self-worth and value. It was a swift increase, a swift movement into our self-worth and value. When we healed, we started to see our ships come in nearly right away. And what we're processing, perceiving, wrapping up, accomplishing right now is the breaking free of certain things like curses, generational things, long-term things finally becoming clear, things dawning, blinding, blaring flash of the obvious, also things being broken, being over finally, difficult endings, backstabs, betrayals as well. All of those things that could have killed our innocence, our purity, could have tarnished our soul. We did have to take some bittersweet pill, but you know, I saw the sign and opened up my eyes. Yeah, so we have happy. Even though, right? We're without, we lost, we couldn't, we didn't. Our eyes are open and our soul is clean. So happy. So we're trying to go on this journey to work something out. It's almost like we're trying to perfect or we're trying to master something. There's a blessing that some folks tried to kill, or there was it almost died. There was a seed that was planted that might not have looked like it. It was planted in a thorny ground, and it didn't die. And now it's getting a restoral, a renewal of some kind. The seed that was planted is going to be blessed. Some kind of divine healing is coming. Now the seed that is planted is our essence, our spark, and we're going to put it to good use out in the world, and it's going to yield dividends. And we're right there at the precipice. Okay, because we're having a self-recognition. We're recognizing our own gifts. Okay, and that was the story from the sun and the Wheel of Fortune. You know, when the sun and the Wheel of Fortune come out, that's actually talking about manifestation. Now we have the Star card and the Judgment. So the story being told is about the work that we want to do, what we're working out, what we're learning, what we're mastering. Right now we're on a journey of getting more information. It's an intellectual journey of pursuit. We're imagining, we're having ideas, thoughts. We might be just asking questions, scrutinizing something. It has to deal with our craft, our skill, what we're perfecting. We might be learning something, working on something. You know, we are trying to drive life forward, but it's not just about information, it's about drive, desires, passions, motivations. There's been either some conflict or we've been in the dark about something. So now things come out. There's a healing of some kind. I feel like our deepest soul's need is calling out. We are also a clearly born witch here, natural born witch of a higher level, not a low lineage. So the Star card is talking about healing. Because our frequency, energy, vibration is shifting, evolving. And that's what the Judgment is confirming. We're coming out of the dark about something, and now we're asking, we're inquiring. We're coming out to play in our mental. And what that does for us, it gives us the story of the Death card and the Magician. Now that can be the end of communication and communication breakdown. That can also be Mercury in Scorpio. The story here is getting that, you know, mutually beneficial, nourishing needs exchange. It's the exchange of oppositional ideas, holding two different opposing concepts in the or ideas in the mind at the same time. It also might be somebody taking an opposing standpoint, somebody of a different mind as well. There is a little bit of need for stratagem, cunning, tact, truth. It's not really dishonesty, but there can be some omission here. And so this is the 2 weeks preceding the full moon. The full moon typically talks about purging cycles, ending of culminating cycles, especially karmic cycles. Sometime between the 8th and the 20th of November. 11/20, that's the Judgment and the Justice card. So Justice and the Judgment card respectively. So especially because this Scorpio card came out with the Mercury card. So that could be Mercury and Scorpio, but that could also be communication breakdown, not getting the message. Now we're above it here. We're moving into the story Well, what this is explaining, because this story here with this communication breakdown is, we might not have also gotten the message, if even, because we're sitting pretty, the universe is trying to collaborate to give us more. And what happened is we were sideways or sneaky with ourselves, or with our things were happening right in front of us, or we were kind of slow. We were a little bit of a slow ho. We need to come into awareness of just how good we got it. There's a reason why people move the way they move around us, and it's because they're lower vibrational than us. They might not be coming as clean, as pure, as righteous as we are. We're moving on to the Empress and the Fool card. So that could be new wealth, new abundance. That could be a new creation. The Empress and the Fool. It could be some aspect between Uranus and Venus. Definitely, we have two aces here. There's some type of collaboration around either a secret, a truth. There's some cunning strategy here, or break out, break free. There's a trigger going off here. We have the Chariot with the Seven of Swords. That's a alarm sounding, especially with the Ace of Wands being out here. This is ring the alarm, push that big giant red button. The Chariot here in the center of the reading, I don't even usually call that out, because I told you that we were being told the story of this Empress and Fool card. So this could be, somebody might have some, I'm hearing windfall. We don't have quite the combination, but it was slow and oncoming. And with these two aces, it could be a trust or some type of small seed money of some kind. Something is here, because the sevens are always a trigger, especially with the Ace of Wands, the Chariot, or the Tower. So we have the Ace of Wands and the Chariot, no Tower. But the Tower has already come out, and it's on the side of others. So somebody else has a backfire. And here I see approaching some kind of attack. And it's a Seven of Swords attack. So the attack got defined here. So it's with this Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, that would talk about behind the scenes collaboration, or in broad daylight, people smiling to your face even though they're working against you. It could also mean that something unknown to you, or something ulterior or hidden, it has some franchise. Three alone, especially with the Chariot, three with the Chariot. Now the Three of Pentacles with the Chariot, especially crowned by the Seven of Swords. Somebody secretly working against you, making secret moves against you. It's happening right in front of you, and it's hidden, and it's ulterior, meaning it's against you. The Two of Swords has already come out. Somebody took an oppositional position. It's because you're about to be blessed. We're about to be blessed. Either money's coming in, or a job position, a promotion. It might be a rags to riches kind of story, or it might be that you start at the bottom, now you're here. Okay? Okay, so the two aces are sticking around. They're not going away. And we're concluding the reading here with the Chariot and the Hierophant. The reason we're concluding the reading is because the Hierophants come out and the full moon is in Taurus. So my understanding is the Taurus full moon happening on the 8th, give or take where you are in the world. This full moon is giving us a new beginning, but I did see a lot getting purged because things had to come to the surface. So I think what is happening is the illusion, delusion, confusion, and or the hidden ulterior and or sideways sneaky Judas, betrayer, backstabber, traitor asshole kind of energy fully finally rises to the surface. So I said illusion, confusion, delusion. I said hidden ulterior, sideways sneaky, Judas, trifling, treacherous asshole. It's rising to the surface because now we're having ideas that are coming from the heart, coming from a divine place, coming from a pure heart here. It may be love, or it's something that will lead to happiness, fulfillment at least, or liberation. And we're going to stand our ground, fully erect this. We're energetically emanating frequency, energy, vibration already. We just need to choose, reach our hand out, grab it. Make sure that our intention is very clear. So what we want is right on the precipice here. And the illusion, confusion, delusion, that's what's leaving here with this Taurus. We're finally getting a reset on the matrix, the conditioning and the programming. It comes to the pinnacle. Our final matrix moment. It's what's happening at this full moon. Then a couple of days later, we have the 11/11, and that's when our power comes into our hand. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything that was said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and check the link in the show notes. Until we meet again, until we read again. If anything that was said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and comment, share, like, subscribe, leave a review, check the comment or additional information description box. And there's also sometimes an extended reading that'll be in the show notes below. Take good care of yourself until we meet again, until we read again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Bye-bye.